Let me ask you something that most people never ask themselves when they're about to spend money. How long will the impact of this purchase last? That one question can flip your financial decisions upside down, and in the best possible way. You see, until now, we've looked at what you're spending on, how much time it costs you, and when you're getting the benefit. Past, present, or future. But today, we bring in a bonus filter. One that separates temporary pleasure from long-term value. It's called the impact duration test. And here's the simple question behind it. Will this expense benefit me for a few minutes, a few months, or for the rest of my life? Because here's the truth, not all expenses are created equal. Some make you feel good for a moment and disappear just as quickly. Others plant the seeds for freedom, security, or growth that last for decades. The problem is our brain tends to overvalue now and ignore later. And that's why we need this filter, to bring our long-term priorities back into focus. Let me walk you through 5 broad categories of impact duration. As I say them, start thinking about your own expenses and where they fall. First, the few minutes zone. This is the world of impulse. Think junk food at the petrol pump, that unnecessary add-on during an online checkout, or that Instagram ad you clicked on and bought something you didn't even know you needed 5 minutes ago. The excitement, gone in minutes. The impact, also gone. These expenses usually leave behind nothing but regret, or worse, guilt. Second, the few hours zone. These are typically experience-based spends. A dinner out with friends, a movie marathon on Netflix, a spontaneous spa visit. Don't get me wrong, these are important for joy and balance. But let's be honest, the memory fades quickly, and it doesn't necessarily change your life in any meaningful way. If your budget is tight, these are the areas to watch for small leaks that quietly add up. Third, the 1 week to 1 year zone. Now we're talking medium-term benefit. This includes things like your gym subscription, that ergonomic chair you got for work from home, or that online course you took to sharpen a skill. These don't just make you feel good. They actually add value to your daily life. They improve your health, your comfort, or your capacity. These expenses often pay you back not in cash, but in reduced fatigue, better mood, more confidence, or improved productivity. And that's a big win. Fourth, the 1 to 10 year zone. These are foundational expenses. Things like insurance premiums, term, health, personal accident, or that long-term SIP you've been quietly continuing every month. Or high-quality investments in your health, like a preventive checkup or dental work. They don't sparkle in the short term, but they protect you when life throws a storm. These expenses are like safety nets. You don't think about them daily, but when you need them, you're incredibly grateful you made the decision. And finally, the 10 years to lifetime zone. These are your green flag expenses. They're the ones that truly deserve your money. A SIP that compounds into a wealth corpus. A life insurance plan that leaves a legacy. A mindset coaching program or a skill that transforms how you think and earn for the rest of your life. These are the expenses that not only serve you, they also serve your future generations. These are the ones that build true freedom. So, here's the rule. The longer the positive impact, the stronger the justification. It's not about being frugal. It's about thinking in decades, not just days. Because when you spend on things that last, you're not losing money. You're investing your money in time, value, and peace of mind. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine once spent Rs 3,000 on a fancy dinner. The food was great. The ambiance was amazing. The Instagram photos? Even better. but 2 days later, it was forgotten. That's a few hours impact. Later that same month, he hesitated to spend Rs 599 on an online course that would improve his skill and possibly increase his income. That's a 1-decade impact. Can you see the mismatch? Most people overpay for short-term pleasure and underinvest in long-term progress. And that's what keeps them stuck in the same loop. So here's what I want you to do. Take your last 5-10 expenses and for each, ask, how long did this benefit me? Was it gone in minutes? Did it stay with me for a week? A year? Will it help me for the next 10 years or more? Then ask, would I still choose to spend that money if I had to trade that same amount of time again? Sometimes the answer will surprise you. And that's the point. We're not aiming for perfection, we're aiming for awareness. Because once you start filtering your expenses through impact duration, you'll start naturally choosing what lasts over what just feels good right now. You'll become someone who doesn't just spend, you invest. Not just in markets, but in yourself, your security, and your legacy. Let's make this practical. The next time you're about to swipe your card or hit buy now online, take a 5-second pause and ask, will this matter to me 1 year from now? If the answer is no, maybe it doesn't deserve your money, or your time, or your life. In the next video, we'll tie all of this together. How to use the full expense elimination funnel without getting overwhelmed, and how this simple practice evolves into a habit you don't even have to think about. Until then, remember, short-term thrills are easy to buy. Long-term impact takes intention. And intention is what makes your financial life stress-free.